Hello and welcome to Math 146 Statistics at Skagit Valley College, Summer Quarter 2023. My name is Abel Gage and I will be your instructor for this online course this quarter. I'm looking forward to getting to know you better and I'm glad that you're here. I wanted to make this video to say hello and introduce myself and to show you around the place. So let's dive right in. This is our Canvas site. Let me make myself tiny. This is our Canvas site. This is where you will spend your time for this course. There's no MyMathLab, there's no WAMAP, so if you've used either of those in the past, you don't need either one of those here. The only external website we'll be using is a site called statdis.com, which we'll use for our calculator for this quarter. And it's free and no registration required. So we'll talk about that more in a minute. But anyway, I just wanted to say that the Canvas site, this is what you'll see when you log in. I'm still putting the finishing touches on it, so right now you can only see the first 3 weeks, but hopefully by the time you watch this video, more of it will be available to you. So there's the introductory material here. You should start here. The video will be here, as well as the syllabus. You can either download the syllabus or you can just read it on Canvas. After you read the syllabus, there's a syllabus quiz right here in the week 1 module. There's a short and anonymous survey. It's helpful to me if you take that so I can get to know the class a little bit better. And it also gives us a couple data sets that we'll work with later in the quarter. So you can go ahead and click on that and fill it out right now. There's other helpful notes here, and online tutoring, tech support things. There's a list of your homework assignments for the quarter. You are doing your homework fairly old school in the sense that you will actually do problems out of the textbook. You will write them down on a piece of paper and you will then take a picture of that piece of paper or turn it into a PDF or do it on your tablet. Lots of people do it different ways, but somehow you'll turn that into a file that you can submit to me on Canvas and I will grade that. So this is the document that reminds you how to get your full 5 points on each homework assignment. I don't specifically grade the questions to see if you got the right answer. The answers are all in the back of the book. You should be checking the answers yourself to make sure you're getting the right answer. But I will look through and make sure that you have at least attempted all the problems. That's 3 points. 1 point for general neatness, and I don't normally take that off unless you're not like labeling the problems or something. And then I do want to report at the top of your homework assignment, just telling me how long it took. So just write down this is 45 minutes, and any questions that you might have or clarifications that you want. So just say, hey, could you go over 27 a little bit more, or I didn't get what this particular thing about number 13 meant. As long as you do those things, you'll get your 5 points for the homework assignment. So these are the actual assignments. So for section 1-2, when you want to submit that, it will be these particular problems at the end of that section in the book. Okay, so that's the homework problems. There is a discussion board here if you want to use that. I find students usually end up having their own, Discord or Slack or whatever you guys are using these days. I can't keep up. Whatever it is, that's fine, but of course this discussion board is here as well. I try to check in on it every once in a while, but it's mostly for student-to-student conversations, so you're in charge of that one. But as we move into week 1 here, there's several things that you can start anytime, even before the quarter starts. There, I want you to introduce yourself on a discussion board. So there's that. There's the syllabus quiz. There's activity 1, the data diary, that you can start anytime. Again, even before the quarter starts. Even before you have your book. All 3 of these things can be done before you get your hands on the book. But then typically, once you are in the normal portion of the quarter, you will be doing these assignments, which are due at various points, usually spread out throughout the week. This first week I have them all due on Sunday night, so that you have a little bit of time to get up and running. But, as you click into each one of these, there's a little bit of an introduction here. I tell you what to read. I give you my videos. Watching these videos are like going to class. You should do that. Go to class. I say things in the videos that are not in the book and not explained anywhere else. I remind you again of what the homework assignment is in case you missed that. In the other places it's listed. And there's a little bit here on this first homework assignment about how to turn your homework into a file or a document of some sort. But then, yeah, there's usually a few videos. Occasionally I'll give you optional videos. Definitely watch the non-optional videos, but you could skip the optional ones. They're just there in case you find them helpful or interesting. So you'll do homework assignments. There's activities occasionally. I occasionally ask for your feedback on how things are going, and then eventually we'll get our first test and then our second test and so on. But these tests are take-home tests. They're more like worksheets than tests almost. You usually have 3 days, so like this particular test is published Monday morning and it'll be due Wednesday night. If you get to any test early, if you finish all the material beforehand, I would be happy to open the test up for you early. So really you can finish the whole course as fast as you can work through the material. I've had students finish the course in 3 or 4 weeks instead of 8. Granted, I don't think they were doing much else during those 3 or 4 weeks. That was their whole life, but it can be done. Okay, so just a couple other things I wanted to mention. First of all, the textbook. We are using, let's see if I can get this. We are using Triola's 12th edition. So let's see if I can pull this tab up. Okay, there we go. So I just, if you type Triola 12th edition, a lot of people go to Amazon. There's plenty of copies there. They're cheap. They're usually $6 or $7 and then some shipping. The only problem I see with Amazon is that the shipping is usually fairly slow, so you might not have it by the first few days of the quarter. If you don't have your textbook the first few days of the quarter, I can work with you. However, I think ABE Books tends to have faster shipping. If you go there now, you should be able to get it before the quarter starts. Depending on the seller on eBay and Thrift Books, you might be able to get faster shipping. There are PDFs of this book floating around. You could probably find one for free in some dark corner of the web. That is copyright infringement, so I am not suggesting that, but I'm just saying some students do it. So any version of the 12th edition that you can find is fine with me. Don't use the 13th or 14th editions. There are newer editions, but the problem sets are different, the sections are different, and I have specific problems that I want you to do and other ones that I don't want you to do. So the 12th edition is the one that will have the problems that you need to be working on. And while we're here, I should just also mention our calculator for this course. You do not have to have a TI calculator. You don't have to buy any physical calculator. We will use statdisc.com, which is designed specifically for the Triola textbook. So statdisc.com, disc with a K. And you might have to clear out a couple little things that pop up the first time you come through, but basically once you get through that, you'll just come straight here. It looks kind of like Excel or Google Sheets or something, but This is the place where you can enter data, and there's lots of statistical analysis tools and all kinds of fun stuff that we'll learn how to do throughout the quarter. So if you want to take a second or two to make sure you can get into statdist.com and just play around with it a little bit, that's something else you could do before the quarter starts and before your book arrives. But I think that's pretty much it. Please stay in touch. The more interactive you are, I think the better you will do in this quarter. I am always available. I'm always happy to Zoom with you or answer questions by message. So I'm looking forward to a great quarter together. Let's have fun and stay statistically sound.